Final event out of Kalgoorlie, race 7. It is the Boulder Parts and Towing, remembering Richard Hill handicap, and we've seen the progression of a really nice horse in Dawn Enigma the last couple of starts, Crashane, where he's won at $16, $4.20, and now it's about $2.20. Is that the way you're going in the last?
I am. He's absolutely flying. Credit to local trainer up here of 81 years of age in Brayden Gaerth. Of course, he's had a record in history in the standard breds over 50 odd years or more than that, and he's got a nice one here going exceptionally well.
Absolutely, onwards and upwards towards the Tats Cup next month. Let's have a look at the field now. We'll kick off with horse 1, that is Stratocreed, who has been racing really well in his own right. Has to lump the 60 kilos here for Joanne Forrest and Jordan Turner.
Yeah, looks well, number 1 Stratocreed, and was making ground on Dawn Enigma 7 days ago. He ran second and beaten 1.5 lengths. Look, he's drawn wide, gate 10 with a big weight, and just problematical where he gets to in the run, but he's seasoned, he's fit, and can definitely play a role with the right run, number 1.
Shoot Your Shot will be ridden by apprentice Brayden Gaerth, who's shooting for his 4th winner of the day. It was a pretty good run last start. Helen Harding trains. Horses drawn barrier 1.
Yeah, walking around there with the turquoise, white blaze turquoise blinkers on. He just hasn't recaptured last year's form as yet. Look, it was a fair effort, I would say, last week. Gate 1 should be prominent. Only beaten less than probably 4 lengths behind Dawn Enigma last Sunday. So I'm still looking for that out of the box sort of what we saw, Shoot Your Shot. Of course, last year's Tats Cup winner. To come your way, number 2, Shoot Your Shot. 3,
Lincoln's Law, goes around as a $5.50 chance. Been solid at that quote as well for Neil Della and Lakdar Rumley.
Yeah, with the red earmuffs on there and walking around on the grass. Super run here last Sunday, Lincoln's Law. Rattled off a very quick last 600 sectional, as he always does. His racing pattern is against him on a track like this today, but Romilly knows him well, and he has claims, number 3.
Here's our favourite for Dawn Enigma. $2.25 is the quote, in from $2.65 as well. Shooting for a winning hat-trick, Brian Curtis, Michael Poy.
Yeah, for the cheap purchase price of $5,000, $2,000 out of its first win. So, you know, a real cheap buy for the winning connections. And looking for 3 in a row. There's no reason why you can't. Off last week's win, Poy sticks. He's drawn a gate to be in the first 4 in running, and that's where you have to be on a track like this today. And I thought this is a similar field he met last week, so he's one to beat.
Bailey's looking for his best form at the moment. $14 was the opening quote, out to 20, but back into 14 now for Gary Bowen, and Clint Johnson Porter looking for another winner.
Yeah, it just hasn't come up this campaign. Ran a ripper race on resumption, but not much since. Freshened, senior rider aboard, and will definitely get over the ground, but I thought the others were better.
Bentley's Brother goes around at $34 for Helen Harding and Keshore Duran.
Yeah, not racing well enough. Staying tight, can be on speed from the draw.
7, City Star is the rank outsider at 80-1 here. Ross Craig and Cassie Martinen, who takes off 2 kilos.
Yeah, another one not racing well enough, although better run last Sunday and is proven over this trip. Place chance.
The 8, Dancing Jack, had been going really well. Doesn't win out of turn, but he was able to break through for his 3rd win and 56 starts last start. Backs up off a week for Pam Oram and Lisa Staples.
Yeah, he came through along the inside to score. Admittedly, it was a slow time over this trip, but he did win it well. Class 3 galloper now 55. It's just been a while between drinks, that win, and that's the worry with me. But he's right in the market, Dancing Jack.
9, Dill Red looks like the likely leader, and if he gets things cheap enough, he might just be able to run a race here. He was $5.50 out to $12. He's now into 7 for Helen Harding and Tash Faithful.
Yeah, I concur with those comments, Michael. He'll lead this, and I didn't think there was much pace in the race, so was held up the entire length of the straight last Sunday and will grind all day. Has won over 2,000 metres 3 times, Deal Red, and if they walk, it's the one they've got to get over, number 9, Deal Red.
Final runner is 10, Tempest Mist for Paul Tapper and Christy Bennett.
Yeah, got squeezed up shortly after straightening last week. She lost her momentum and thought she would have finished a little bit closer, if that didn't occur. So she was luckless. Look, 19 starts, 1 win. Doesn't win out of turn, but knockout chance at real big odds.
We've still got less than 3 minutes, just under 3 minutes remaining here. Dawn Enigma was $2.65 into $2.05, now out to $2.30, so a bit more of a backable price. Dancing Jack looking for his 4th win in 57 starts, $4.80 into $4.60. Lincoln's Law solid at $5.50. Dill Red $5.50 out to $12, back into $7. Stratacreed Unwanted $7 to $12. Bailey's $14 solid. Shoot Your Shot 18 into $16. Bentley's Brother 40 to 1 into 34. Tempest Miss 40 to 1. A specking from $126 actually. So it's been the target of a little bit of support at long odds. And City Star, the rank outsider at 80 to 1. How do you order the 4?
4, 9, 8 and 3, Michael. Dawn Enigma, Deal Red, Dancing Jack, Lincoln's Law. They're just getting over to the 1,760 metre shoot. Of course, the starting point for the Boulder Cup. And Dawn Enigma, look, I had a real good look at this race and I was just trying to find something to beat it and I couldn't. He's in a purple patch of form. Brian Curtis has him flying. And I just thought it's going to be 1-1 in the running here, where you have to be today, up on the speed, even though it's a longer middle distance race. And Dawn Enigma meets all these horses again for the second time round. Of course, they raced over a mile last week, most of them except for Dancing Jack. You throw that into the equation, but it's sort of a 3 from 56 start in Dancing Jack. Deal Red, I thought it'll lead quite easily. There's not much speed or tempo in the race, so if they do walk out in front and Deal Red gets away with the daylight robbery, well, it's going to be hard for the other ones to reel it in. 8 Dancing Jack should get an economical run as well, like last Sunday. And 3 Lincoln's Law looked a picture of health, but just another one that his racing pattern is against him. 4, 9, 8 and 3.
4, 9, 8 and 3, Crashane Warren with Dawn Enigma, who is prepared by Brian Curtis, and he thought this horse would be able to progress to a Tats Cup in the coming weeks, Brian Curtis, when we spoke to him last week. This is the final race of the day, the Boulder Parts and Towing, remembering Richard Hill handicap. Here's Royce Newton for the call.
Okay, runners coming forward well here. Favourite about to join the line. Dawn Enigma goes forward. Bailey's coming forward at the same time. We're still waiting on Deal Red and also Tempest Miss. So a couple still to come forward. Lincoln's Law just emerges from behind George Grulizich's house. Of course, long-time trainer in the Goldfields, George. So Stratacreed's gone forward. Here comes Lincoln's Law. Red lights have been illuminated. So Lincoln's Law at 6.50 comes forward. Dancing Jack on the second line, 4.60. Dawn Enigma, your favourite, at $2.60. We're set at the 17.60. Stand by, gates fly back. They're off racing. Level dispatch from the 17.60. Shoot Your Shot off the inside, begun well. Pushing forward, Deal Red with City Star and Lincoln's Law out wide, trying to find a position. Sandwich between runners is Tempest Mist. Then came Bentley's Brother in company with the favourite Dawn Enigma, who settles down midfield. A length and a half then to Dancing Jack. They will follow to further 2 then to Bailey's, and at the tail it's the top weight in Stratacreed. 1,300 metres to run as they head to the back straight, and it's Deal Red, the pacemaker, who leads out 3/4 of a length. City Star, Lincoln's Law just pulling his way forward around the outside, not settled at all. They were followed next of all by Shoot Your Shot with Bentley's Brother, Tempest Miss to the outside, and then came Dawn Enigma, who's just poised midfield, followed by Dancing Jack with Bailey's as the speed come out of the race, and Stratacreed still at the tail. So it's Deal Red, dropped anchor out in front, shows the way by a length. Running second is City Star. Third, Lincoln's Law. Had a bit of a torrid run so far. They were followed next of all by Shoot Your Shot, Bentley's Brother. Then Tempest Miss. Further back then to Dawn Enigma, who's going to have to weave a passage through from the inside. Bailey's was next, together with also back there Dancing Jack. And last of all, it's Stratacreed. So 500 metres to run on the Charles Street side. It's Dill Red who puts the pace back into the race now. Shows out by a length and a half. Shoot Your Shot starting to improve. Then City Star. They were followed by Lincoln's Law. Then came Dawn Enigma, who's improved quickly down on the fence, just needs an out. Followed by Bentley's Brother. And then came down the outside Stratacreed with a run at Shoot Your Shot in front from Dill Red. Dawn Enigma can't get out. Down the outside running on Lincoln's Law. It's Shoot Your Shot. Dawn Enigma into the clear now, but Shoot Your Shot in front goes on and wins. Shoot Your Shot defeats Dawn Enigma. Third over on the inside, Dill Red. In a photo with Lincoln's Law, who was a good run considering he was wide throughout. They were followed in next of all by Dancing Jack, Stratacreed there as well, Bentley's Brother, City Star, and knocking up a long last was Bailey's. $14.70 for Shoot Your Shot, who had a world perfect run, popped off. And that is 4 winners for Brayden Gaerth today. This one not on a Fernie horse, but a Helen Harding charge. An Esperance Galloper getting up here. Shoot Your Shot coming off that last start, 4th behind Dawn Enigma. Dawn Enigma just took an eternity to get into some clear room. Dill Red was still going okay, and as a result, Dawn Enigma was sitting behind them waiting for an opening. Poi eventually getting the horse to the outside, but Shoot Your Shot had enough in hand and has gone on to win for Helen Harding and Brayden Gaerth. 4 gets second, Dawn Enigma. 9 gets third, that's Dill Red, the pacemaker, good run. And 3 in Lincoln's Law, who just kept coming in the home straight after sitting wide throughout.
2, 4, 9 and 3. Wowee, Brayden Gaerth, 4 winners on the program after riding his first Saturday winner at Belmont yesterday. I'm joined by trainer Helen Harding, who prepared the winner here, Shoot Your Shot. Helen, this horse went around double figures. Were you expecting a winning performance today?
Oh, look, he was my best horse last year. I haven't been able to work out what's gone wrong. So he ran a nice 4th last week, so it's finally good to see him back in form.
He had a little bit of a break going back 4 or 5 starts ago. Since then, have you just been trying to iron out some issues?
Not really. Haven't been able to find anything wrong with him.
What have you put the improvement down to then over the past week?
Hard work, good luck.
The race unfolded just as you would have hoped. Through barrier 1 there. Perhaps that was a bit of a winning recipe there with the good gate.
Yeah, I knew Dill Red was always going to lead and he was going to get the nice run in behind him.
How many horses do you have in training for the Kalgoorlie season this year?
About 10.
10, okay. Is it reduced numbers then from previous seasons?
Yeah, at the moment it is, yes.
Yeah, okay. Well done on the win here, and Brayden Gaerth's riding particularly well, isn't he?
Yeah, it was a great ride.
Yeah, well done on the win.
Thanks.
There is Helen Harding with the trainer of Shoot Your Shot. 4 winners for apprentice Brayden Gaerth, though. We'll try to get a quick word from him. He's just making his way in now. The favourite for the race, Dawn Enigma, appeared to be luckless. Haven't quite caught the replay, but there wasn't a huge amount of room for him in the straight, and looks as though he was just crying out for a little bit of clear air, and Flash Late was able to run a close 4th. So a good run there in defeat from the short-priced favourite, and Dill Red, who gave some cheek, was able to lead them at pretty cheap sectionals in front, Crochane. But as Helen said, probably a bit of a frustrating horse, but we saw last year this horse is more than capable when he's at his best.
Oh, definitely so. Of course, last year's Tats Cup winner, and I suppose will be on the same scale and same path this year, together with a few of these.
Brayden's ridden 4 winners today. Brayden Gaerth, of course. Have you ridden that many winners in one day before?
No, that's the most so far, so really excited about that.
And you said after the previous race, that you thought the last start effort was pretty good when you jumped aboard.
Yeah, I was really happy with him. His recent form before that was a bit slackish, but I was really happy with the way he hit the line last start, so I was pretty confident from an early alley he'll be there and be hard to beat.
Showed enough last season to suggest he's a nice enough horse to probably be going to a Tats Cup over a similar distance next month.
Definitely, I think he'll be a good chance.
Well, probably a career best weekend for you in the saddle. Big congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Brayden Gaerth there, 4 winners today. Helen Harding rounds out the program. 3 or 4 winners to Peter Fernie as well. It's been a really good day for a couple of the local participants. For now, though, Crochane, it's a goodbye to you and I, and our Sky Thoroughbred Central audience are off to the next Sha Tin, race number 2.